Okay, I accidentally went live. I actually wrote it was actually supposed to be at 3:15, and I thought I pressed save. Now it's 2:45. I'm not supposed to be live right now. Hello. At least a person joined. I actually was going to join. I was going to go live in 30 minutes in 3:15 to give you guys some time to realize I'm going live, and then I accidentally pressed the go live button. Oh my god. Okay, at least there's a few people here. Thank you for joining so randomly. Hi guys. You can say hi to me if you're here. I'd like to know. Hello, Brandy. Thank you for joining. This is so funny. I was going to go live in 30 minutes. And I actually when I did the editing thing, I wrote 3:15 and then I pressed save and then it just went like, you're live. Hi Tia. Hi. I have a patron representative here. Thank you for joining. Thank you guys for joining so quickly. Speaking of quickie love, you guys were quick to love me. Thank you. Okay, I guess we're doing it now, and it's probably going to be with less people because I didn't give you any time to prepare. Oh well. So I thought it would be nice. That's hilarious, meant to be. I know, right? I know. Okay, I'll just flow with it. Like they press the go live, and then it's like you're live, and I'm like, wait, what? What? Give me abort. Good thing I was ready. I prepped everything, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna give my seekers. Hello, Sathandra. Hi. Please excuse me if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. And then I was like, okay, I prepped everything, and now I'm gonna give my seekers some time to actually join. Nope, the website had YouTube had a different plan. You would be mortified. Well, welcome to my world. I know I act all fluid and like, oh, it's easy for me. No, this is actually me dealing with the fear. I'm actually shy. Mothic Beauty, hello, hi. Yeah, guys, I'm actually shy. It's because I'm handling it with grace. Thank you. It's because I'm a good actress. I really learned how to pretend to be super confident to survive in the world after being a terrified child. I was okay, that's where we're taking this to. Okay, before we go on into your messages, I was a terrified child. I was scared of everything and no one fucking knew, literally, because it was like, yeah, I had like this inner knowing that, today everyone say the same quote in different variations, that bravery isn't about being fearless, it's about, doing the act despite the fear. So I had this inherent knowing of that as a kid. So the more I was scared of things, the more I would just, like, let's say I wanted to do something and it scared me and I was scared. And when I say it scared me, I don't mean like bungee jumping. I mean like talking to a human being. Like, let's say there's a child in class, right? And I want to say something to them. I would have to gather so much courage. And then I would pretend like I'm in a movie and like I imitate the characters or other kids around me who it seemed easy for them to talk, right? And I would just do the action. I think that's how my acting thing started, because I'm also an actress, if you're not familiar. Yeah, so I really know how to behave courageous, but I'm so shy. This is crazy. Oh my God, I'm tearing up for talking about it. Now I don't feel it right now. It's like I've grown into it and I've developed the actual strength, but it's still there, I just copied movie characters. Yeah, I think we all kind of do, because our character is a pile of like what we learned growing up from our environment, right? Whether it be movies or family or friends or anyone, we just kind of, that's how we create a character. It's like we grab here, grab there, we observe, we watch, we learn, we take or we don't take, and then we become. But our soul is like really clean and not of these characteristics, right? There are deeper layers that, so anyone who, you know, interact with me thinks that I'm really super open and an extrovert and super confident, but they don't know how shy and introvert and hard for me to open up it is truly. Like, it's crazy. Huh. Okay, well, that was unexpected. If you just joined, I accidentally pressed the go live button when I planned on going live in like 30 minutes. Okay, guys, give me the likes, because it's 8 of you here. How many here? Maybe I'm confused, but you're not pressing. Only one person pressed the like. That's not kind. Come on. Give a girl a shout out. Thank you. There you go. Empathic truth warrior. Hello, I have missed you. I have learned you have to face your fears. I had to face the president and tell him to give up the money he stole from me at gaming. Okay. Okay, that's good that you stood up to the president, and I hope he gave you your money back. I'm with you, man. You know, I get it. Life can get a little bit. Sometimes that's. I'm scared to like repeat what you wrote, so the algorithm won't recognize me as someone who's talking about the president. It's so fun, but you never know when a major leader will steal your money in gaming. I'm sorry you had. Okay, all right. Now that we have that covered, how are you guys doing? What I tend to do with these lives, I'm going to do like quicker lives, and then I'm going to keep them up for a few days, and then I'm going to either delete them or make them private, because I want the experience of you guys, you know, coming live, the magic of it, of like making it to a live, you know, and not just easily being able to repeat the messages. Okay, the past 6 minutes have cracked me up. I cracked myself up with the sudden, hey, I'm actually shy kind of thing. And then with what certain people owe certain people, apparently. You're doing very good, Richard. Good. I'm happy to hear. Feeling very refreshed these days. The new moon did me good. Mothic Beauty. Oh, that's great. The new moon does you good. I actually feel really good too. Hello, Shayla. If you're just joining the live after, if you're seeing this after the live, and you don't enjoy this chat, what are you doing here? Just kidding. You can just skip forward to when I start the reading. But this is just a part of it. I enjoy interacting with you guys and kind of letting the magic happen and see what comes out. You know, when you step out of your comfort zone and when you go outside of your own box, that's when magic happens. And it's very, very true. And I get to experience every time I conquer my inherent fear of walking in this world and just like behaving as an extrovert and seeing the beautiful interactions and things that happen from it. It's amazing. Sathandra Kaplan, please like the video. Oh, thank you for doing that. Do I have moderators here? You know what, Sathandra, please let me know if I pronounce your name correct. Do you want to be a moderator? Let me know. I'm not going to force you into it. The Hermit, hello, my Moroccan sister. Hello. Yeah, I'm half Moroccan. I'm a Moroccan Jew. My grandparents came to Israel from Casablanca when they were teenagers, which is very, very cute. Tia, I conquered the fear of eating alone in public by taking myself out on a date last night. That's amazing. Oh, hey, Jenny. Despite the fact that I'm procrastinating and could be working, I actually feel great learning to unleash these metrics of value. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jenny. And you know you're always welcome on Patreon. You know what I mean? Just so you know, you're welcome here or there, anywhere, any way you'd like. And sending back the love. Thank you. Okay, cool. Sathandra, you are officially a moderator. Add moderator. So I really appreciate the call to action. That helps me out a lot because I don't feel comfortable doing it for myself, though I should. But it makes it way easier for me when I can focus on the messages and just fluidly interacting with you guys without worrying about that part. So doing that for me will be fantastic. You just got a raw moonstone. Do you have any insight about moonstone? Wait, I will in a second. I just had someone else say something that I wanted to say. Sathandra. Okay, Sathandra. Sathandra or Sathandra? Greetings, greetings. Wait, someone else. Oh, Tia, you conquered the fear of eating alone in public by taking yourself out on a date last night. First of all, give Tia the thumbs up for doing that, because that's fantastic. And I want to tell you a story about that, and I will remember the moonstone. And by the way, guys, super chats will be very, very welcomed. So now, or when we'll go to the By the Signs Weekly Love reading for the week, I will really appreciate it. And thank you for the exchange of energy. All right. So over a decade ago, I worked as a framer for an oil painting company in Ireland. I actually did several positions for that company. Like I was working in several positions for that company in different countries in Europe, but specifically in Ireland, I was a framer. And I had a big truck with lots of frames, and they would set up like 4 or 5 meetings a day for me throughout mid and south of Ireland, to go to homes of clients who already purchased paintings. And then I would come with optional frames, right? Um, Frames in order to upsell and sell a frame for the painting, because it's not like a print, right? You have an oil painting, you have a piece of art, you want to honor it with a proper frame and put it on the wall properly. And they only bought the canvas that was rolled with the artwork. So I basically was the one bringing the extra service of also framing it for them. And I would go into each house with like tons of frame options and help them choose. And then if they were to choose and buy a frame, I would actually frame it on the spot. I would do the framing of, and I'm talking about like, think of paintings this size, but also think of like an entire wall, like huge paintings or small paintings. I was really into the physical work of framing it. It was amazing. And then I would literally actually advise them on where to hang it, how to move around the furniture, and I would help them with hanging it on their wall. So that was an amazing experience. Made tons of money. That was fun. But point of the story being is I was on the road a lot. Ireland was like driving on the left, still driving on the left side of the road, not on the right side. And it was like a gear, right? Like changing gears, a stick shift. And it was so very confusing at first, but then I got used to it. But the thing is, the roads in Ireland were so narrow and small because it was driving through like village and small towns, because it was in the south of Ireland. At the time, it was really developing, and they kept building new roads. Anyway, making a long story short, because I was on the road driving so much between every meeting, sometimes 2, 3 hours between each meetings, and I'll start very early in the morning and finish very late at night. I was alone all the time, and I would need to eat, right? So I would have my breakfast, my lunch, and my dinner like at random like Irish pubs and bars or restaurants. I would be sitting alone to eat a lot, like inevitably, because what can I do, you know? And that was actually the start of that, because before that I couldn't go. I wasn't really comfortable, like any of us, you know, to sit alone at a place. But then having to do that, it became such a second nature. Today, I don't even think about it. I don't care. It doesn't even cross my mind when I sit somewhere to eat or to drink. I really don't mind going out alone and like watching show alone. Like it's just not something that bothers me or scares me. But when you do something that, speaking of conquering fear, like when there's something you want to do but it scares you, just do a lot. Do a lot of it. Force yourself. Just go dive in, do it every day, several times a day. It will become a second nature and it will no longer scare you. Hey Trista, another Patreon joined. Cool. And congrats, Satandra, for becoming a moderator. Let me know if you don't want to be that, because that requires like constant asking people to support and to super chat and all that jazz. It's like taking that role from me. And also, if you recognize someone acting crazy or using being super negative or using bad language or anything like that, to possibly like clear them out of the way. So keep that in mind. Tia, I kept up my rule of no phone so I can enjoy the company. I ended up having a nice time. Oh, that's cool. Great. Yeah, when I'm hanging out with someone, doesn't matter if it's like a friend, a professional work meeting, or a date, it doesn't matter. My phone is not in the way. I don't like spend time seeing who gave me the like on Instagram, or who bought Tarot Masterclass. I don't. I'm like, it's a side. I enjoy the experience of the human connection. Okay, cool. Oh, someone asked about moonstone. So look, guys, the thing about stones. Bonsoir, Morgane. Bonsoir, Helen. Isn't it bonjour? Because it's like, isn't bonsoir good evening? Are we in the evening now? I'm just curious, language-wise. But bonsoir. Pourquoi non? My French is horrible. Please forgive me. It's horrible French. My grandmother should judge me for that because she speaks French. She should judge me for not knowing French. Yes, bonsoir is evening. Okay, so it was good. What was I saying? So stones. Although stones have the technical meaning to it, like you can buy a book and read all about the energy of the stones, and it's true. Just like you can buy, whatchamacallit, like dream interpretation books or books about tarot, books about anything. There are more so with stones, all right, because divination tools are a craft and they do have the academic knowledge to them. But stones, although they carry a specific frequency that can be described, it's alchemy, right? It's a specific matter, quite a magical matter actually. Crystals and stuff, because their energy integrates with your energy, and that creates a new substance, a new form of energy. So what a moonstone is for me is completely different than it is for you or for anyone else. So what I would recommend is, okay, let's say you read an interpretation about a stone and you feel like it resonates with you or it can help you. So you go to a store and buy it, and that's great. But the thing is, I would recommend first and foremost to just feel the energy of the stones, not to go as much as in the cognitive matter of like, oh, I read that this is it. Just let your body kind of lead you to them. They will call you. Okay. So yeah, moonstone is a stone of the moon, of the femininity, of the night, of the magic, of the intuition, the divine feminine. It's great for journeys. It's very protective. In the old days, they would carry moonstone to protect themselves when they would go on a journey, most especially across the sea, because the moon really affects the tides in the ocean. So it was said that if you carry a moonstone, then the moon is on your side and it keeps the waters calm, kind of thing, right? And I totally channeled it right now. I should write it down. I mean, it is a known thing, but I just added the aspect of the moon protecting you because it controls the tides. I'll write it down. You work with stones, they work with your subtle energy, right? The prana, the chi, exactly, with your life force. So they're very much so about energy, their physical manifestation, their condensed molecular structure that is formed is, even though we feel it as condensed and as a matter, it actually has several layers. Well, everything does, but more so with stones, similar to plants, because it's a nature. I don't know how to explain it. I don't want to lose myself in this rabbit hole, but they have several layers of existence that are stretched far beyond the physical matter, and they serve themselves as a portal to these layers of existence, other dimensions. That's the word I was looking for. So you need to be fitting somehow with the alchemy between you and that stone in order to attain the goal, that whatever your goal is when you choose a stone, right? So really allow the frequency and the physical drawn to a stone to kind of lead the way. It is way more meaningful than the cognitive interpretation of a stone. Because where the moon will protect me across the sea, aka it will be great for me to carry a moonstone. If it's a toxic divine masculine energy that tends to try to suppress and control the divine femininity, the goddess, right, wants it for its own sake, for what she can give him as opposed to honoring her. The moonstone can really, really damage him and create a very bad journey. Do you understand what I just did there? Now, I gave a very metaphoric picture, like example, but it can apply to anything when it comes to your interaction with the stones. So don't let it be based off of ego or cognition or a cognitive choice as what stone you choose. Let the body kind of lead you to the stone that could benefit you and heal you. Okay? Because they have character. Stones have character. Sometimes I feel like when a stone wants to be there and not there, they have a very strong frequency. They connect to something or they don't connect to something. Some stones want to be next to furniture that are made of wood. Some stones want to be next to electric devices like quartz, for example. And for the obvious reasons, I really learned to recognize that they really like being next to computers and televisions and phones. Right, and there are other stones, more root chakra stones, like garnet or hematite or tourmaline, and all the tiger eye. All the really heavy, more lower chakra stones. They like to be more next to wood and stones, and things like that. And you just have to be listening to your intuition and kind of allow it. So anything else I missed? Guys, the best way to make sure that I see your question or your comment is by doing it in a super chat. It's just what it is. Let's see. This is my first time here reading. Look excited for it. Okay, hi East Coast Tobacco. Glad it's your first time and welcome. Okay. If there aren't any other questions, maybe I missed something. Okay. I'm going to use the Morgane Tarot today. When am I starting I'm not reading it, but I'm picking up on it. When am I starting the June readings? When I feel the energy for me and the readings is ready. Like, I'm not going to force it before that. I tried that, like being like, okay, this is the schedule. Now I'm supposed to start for next month. It doesn't work for me. It really changes in accordance to what I intuitively feel needs to come out. I really ideally always like to do, like, say now it's Gemini season and I want to congratulate them and give them a birthday gift and have their reading come out first. So that's my ideal thing. But if I press play and then suddenly Cancer, then I go with it, Happy full moon in Gemini, by the way. It's going to be a spiral up or a spiral down. Buckle up, enjoy the ride. The Magician came out. I'm going to bring him back. I'm just going to remember him for the sake of the reading, but I'm going to bring him back because I actually want to go by the sign. No? Okay. Collective reading, starting with a collective reading, not by the sign. All right, cool. Messages for the collective. We have the Magician for this coming week. The theme is quickie love. I don't really mean it as like a disrespectful love. I mean like quick messages. What does my collective need to know about their love life now for this coming week? The Magician, Queen of Cups. One more. One more. And Six of Pentacles. Let me take a look. So there's something about mastering your world of emotions. when it comes to the feminine aspect of emotions. Speaking of a moonstone, Queen of Cups is very much moonstone energy. It's very lunar, it's very feminine, it's very water and ocean like. Trista, thank you so much for the 10 Canadian dollars. Thank you so much. Just a donation. Thank you for your guidance, Morgane. Much love. I appreciate it, Trista. Thank you so much for being such a lovely support. I love it. Thank you. And look at her earring. Doesn't it look like a moonstone a little bit? It's also said that if you give a gift of a moonstone to a loved one, I know what it says, but I have an adjustment happening of the message. Hold on. So the stereotype, the general notion is when you give a moonstone to a loved one, it strengthens the bond, and it's kind of like an oath to one another, an oath of love. But I don't know, something else. Swear not by the moon. This is Shakespeare, Romeo and Juliet. Because the moon is fickle, Juliet says to Romeo to swear not by the moon because the moon is so fickle. It can be full, it could be waning, it could be waxing, and it changes and it's not consistent. So if you swear by the moon, I can't trust you because the moon is so fickle. So specifically for this week, it comes with a little bit of a warning that when someone swears their loyalty or affections, keep in mind it could be temporary. Now, I don't want to freak you out because everything is temporary. Okay? Everything that starts ends. So it's not as much as of a negative, and it's totally natural for emotions to change. And when you swear by something or promise something or give an oath, you super mean it at the moment and you're sincere with that. But okay, take note of the person expressing their heart, because they are a master of words and creation and manifestation. They really know what to say and what to do to play on the strings of the heart. Okay, but I'm picking up on this Queen of Cups kind of turning her back to it, kind of like swear not by the moon. I'm already familiar with this whole promises that are present based and are so fickle and can change in a moment in accordance to what it is that you want. Right now you say this, but next week you'll totally gaslight me and say that you've never said that or never expressed that because it no longer fits your whatever. And she's kind of looking forward to the Six of Pentacles in the way of like, this is in your face straight up what this person can give or cannot give, right? It's like this person says, this is what I have to give, this is what I can do. And this Queen of Cups appreciates it way more than, thank you, Jenny, for the $2. Like the poster behind you, Gone with the Wind. Yeah, it's one of my favorite classics. I don't know if you watched it. I did a timeless love reading that is red and scarlet theme, and it's the last video, right? It's like it has like a red thumbnail. It's a double pentagram, a look into you and your person of interest. So check it out if you love Gone with the Wind. It's named, Frankly, My Dear, I Do Give a Damn. So thank you very much, Jenny. I really appreciate that. So I feel like things that used to work on some of you, now you're no longer drawn to it because you recognize the fickleness and the moon-like swears and moon-like promises, as opposed to something that is more earth-based and concrete. This is what I have versus this is what I have to give, and that feels more sincere and reliable. Yeah, interesting. And you could be this magician, being used to like knowing how to say, what to say, when to say, in a way that gives a certain impression, but then you can also easily back out because it's hard to put a finger onto it. Very gaslighting kind of energy, right? If you're used to have it work, you're realizing that this back is turned to you and it doesn't work. And what does work is sincere. This is where I stand. This is what I want. This is what I can give. Take it or leave it kind of thing, which is way more honorable and appreciated than saying what you think the person needs to hear in order to get what you want, right? Mothic Beauty, thank you so much for the $2.99. Swear not by the moon. Yeah, maybe I'll name this this live Swear not by the moon or something. Cancer learning the Virgo energy. Look. Seemingly they get along, Cancer and Virgo, but they operate from very different places of healing. Both are healers. It's a different type of healer. Okay, cool. Did that resonate with anyone or did that help anyone? All right, guys. So let's move into the by the sign. We will start with Gemini. Your Cancer sun and a Virgo moon. That's challenging, yet when you learn how to integrate them together, it's incredible. You can become such a powerhouse of healing to people around you. Until then, until you learn how to do that, you can be the empathic that takes without meaning to take. Sorry, but it's the journey, okay? Satandra, you're so awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, so I asked for messages for Gemini, Quickie Love. I have 10 of Swords, first card. Let's see if a couple more cards want to come out. Quickie Love, messages for this coming week for Gemini. Ooh. And then we have 8 of Cups and 7 of Cups. So 10 of Swords, 8 of Cups. And so there's definitely walking away from something. It is so final. And so something you're over with. There's a certain karmic loop, karmic lesson, either a relationship that kept repeating itself in different variations, but never actually fully connecting in a loving way because it was a karmic lesson as opposed to an actual love. But lesson learned, something happened or is happening that is the final nail in the coffin, and someone is just walking away from it. The only challenge is, and keep in mind, guys, this is for the next week, so don't make a big deal out of it. The only challenge is that it's going straight into the 7 of Cups. That is a very confused state of mind. So even though you're walking away from something physically, emotionally, you're still in the loop, being stuck either on the person or on what it is that happened, on trying to understand it emotionally, on processing it, on feeling it, on releasing it. And there's seemingly a lot of options, other options available for you to go into or start with, but none of it is completely clear or set in stone. So I would recommend moving forward. It is your new moon in Gemini, right? And it's a very meaningful new moon. I feel like it really kickstarts, that's the actual kickstart of the decade. We had the new moon in Taurus that kickstarted the decade, but the new moon in Gemini brings in the cognitive realizations of, okay, what now? Okay, we were physically being put on our path, but we were still really, really stuck and confused in our mind from the past. But now our mind is catching up and is like, okay, what's next? What's the plan, right? So yeah, move forward, but don't be too harsh on yourself on knowing where to in this coming week. Like, let the fog kind of clear out, and the truth will kind of unveil itself to you. Let the truth and the situations or the situationships kind of show themselves to you, or communicate clearly. That's also coming up, to communicate clearly, to talk clearly, to listen clearly, not to hear what you want to hear, but actually hear the words of the person. Okay? Any Geminis in the house? Can you tell me if that made sense? Or I should just move to Cancer. Okay, I'm going to move to Cancer. You have a stallion both in Gemini and in Sagittarius. And the North Node is now moving to Gemini and the South Node is in Sagittarius. That's intense. It's going to be a very meaningful year and a half for you. Very, very meaningful. But that will truly declare and set you up on your track. It will work really, really hard on cleansing out things that no longer serve you, be it your own operational way or just people or things in your life. And it will push you very strongly to your future, and it will be a very strong push and pull of release and releasing old and accepting new. So buckle up. Not to scare you, it's intense, but it's very meaningful and important. So, Mothic, do you apply sidereal astrology? I apply all astrology. I'm a channeler. I channel astrology. I have the general knowledge. I'm not a professional tropic astrologer or sidereal astrologer, to the matter. Like, I am not even close to knowing what so many other amazing astrologers know cognitively because they've studied and learned and so on. Like, I'm a professional tarotchi in that regard. But astrology for me, like, I know I have in my veins both astrology and numerology, the Babylonian ones, the ancient ones. I just know things. Like, I can look at a chart and I just know things. But it's not because I've studied it, and there is way more for me to know. And I will go into the studies of Babylon / sidereal astrology. And that will probably add some things. But in soul aspect and in essence, I'm more inclined to the ancient astrology and numerology. But I do have a lot of general knowledge that I combine when it comes to modern tropical astrology. And they're a little bit different. I don't see them as contradicting, by the way, at all. I see them as like really, they really complete each other. It's just different outlooks on the same thing, right? Okay, let's keep going for Cancer. But I do Ophiuchus. I go by the constellations. I do the 13 signs, most especially because of my respect to the divine feminine and my will of revoking and reawakening her energies, bringing back matriarchy and the witch, the wise woman. And 13 symbolizes all of that. So everything I do, I don't do in 12, I do in 13. Some of you know this, but my birth name total in numerology and my in Hebrew numerology, in Gematria, in Kabbalah, and my date of birth totals to 13. It's a very meaningful number for me. It's my soul imprint and blueprint. It's what I'm supposed to do in the world. And so I'm way more into like how the ancients viewed numbers and astrology. That's my connection. Quickie love for Cancer. Quickie love for Cancer. What do my Cancer seekers need to know for this coming week? For love, please. Okay. Ooh, we have 3 of Pentacles and Ace of Cups. That's awesome. Okay, there's an opportunity, or you already are working on really establishing a connection and expressing your emotions. One more card. King of Swords. Okay, let me look at this for a second. Sincerity is huge here. I'm not even saying it as an advice. I'm saying it as what is. I feel like you guys are either are yourselves or dealing with someone who is extremely sincere with their emotions and what it is they want. This is someone who knows how they feel, knows what they can do about it, and knows what they want. So this is a very clear inner knowing and then acting upon it with communication. This is a wonderful, beautiful combination of cards for you guys for this coming week. So I can't tell you what to do. Like, you guys seem to know what to do. All you have to do is just be on that track. And if you feel like it's not you, then the person you're dealing with very much so knows. There's a really great opportunity to build a very strong connection that is founded on really sincere, clean emotions. And the King of Swords, especially with this combination of Ace of Cups and 3 of Pentacles, very honest, very harmonious, very cooperative, very connected. But it also could be someone that is protecting. I'm picking up on another thing that might be protecting their heart and what it is that they're creating and doing. So this could be someone who is either you are or dealing with someone that their creativity and their heart and their doings are very sacred to them. They're very, look at the imagery, right? Look at how it's almost like he's defending with the sword over this energy. It's like you can't cross the sword unless you come with a pure heart, right? Thank you, Satandra, for letting people know what we're doing right now. That's awesome. You're being awesome. Thank you. Tia, I signed up for a Reiki class finally. I feel like this is the connection with myself. Reiki is amazing. Anyway, so I'm picking up also on someone who their life, their work, and their heart is sacred to them. And they are very clear about their boundaries. So if you want to go through the sword, you better come as an Ace of Cups and as a Three of Pentacles kind of thing. Nice, Cancer. It's really fun for me to see you setting boundaries, or to have you have people in their life that are so clean, because it's a reflection of you. It's something that is challenging for you often. Set clear emotional boundaries is what you're willing to accept and what you're not willing to accept. So that's really good. I'm very proud of you. Good week. Okay, next is Leah. Let's love message for this week for Leos. What do my Leos need to know? My Leo seekers, message for Leo. Five of Swords and Four of Pentacles. And let's do one more. Someone is and the Hangman in the reverse. Someone is really stubborn in their, like, they're looking at things the way they're looking at things. Now, Leo, this could be you, or this could be someone else. I don't know. This someone is very stubborn when it comes to their attitude or their opinion or how they view things. They're not going to budge. They don't want to look at things from a different point of view. They don't want to flex. It comes from a sense of ego, like not wanting to admit that they're wrong or admitting to doing something wrong. So they kind of hold to their, what's the word? There's a word for it that really sits well. It really fits. What's the word? To their agenda? No, it's not the word. They're holding on to what they're claiming. Okay, to their defense. Let's say someone did something wrong. They won't admit it. They will hold on to a manipulative perspective. I don't know if they believe it. They might believe themselves. I don't know if they believe their own self-deceit. It could be a matter of self-deceit, thus deceit of another, right? But either way, this is not a sincere energy, and it's a very stubborn energy. And if you're dealing with someone like that, I would just not, I wouldn't go into a conflict or a battle with them, because there's no point. Now, if this is you, Leo, then I recommend looking at things from a different perspective and self-reflect on where you may have been wrong, and be very, sincere with yourself, because this is a very stuck energy, and it's a new moon. Like, what better opportunity to flow and open your mind and approach things from a different point of view. Shayla Johnson, thank you so much for the $9.99. Thank you for your guidance. Happy to be here. I'm happy that you're here too. And I'm happy to be here with you guys as well. Happy weekend. Did I say happy weekend? Happy Saturday, happy Sunday. Thank you, Sheila. I appreciate it. Okay, so that was Leo. Any Leos in the house? Sun, Moon, and Rising, most especially Venus, now that I think of it. Venus or Jupiter. Okay. Virgo. Virgo. I love Virgos. I love all the signs, but Virgo, not when they're in their shadow existence. A shadow Virgo is the most annoying creature in the world. But an aware Virgo, it's like, because on one hand, they are so giving and present, and on the other hand, they're so allowing and not controlling. Again, that's the aware Virgo. The shadow Virgo is do as I say and as I think, or you don't mean anything. It's like scary. But good Virgos, God. Anyway, sorry, went on a tantrum with Virgos. So, quickie love reading for this coming week for Virgo. What do my Virgos need to know? Messages for love for Virgo, please, for this coming week. Yeah, listen to your Sun, Moon, Rising, but listen mostly also to your Venus and Jupiter. Ooh, we have 4 cards. Didn't we talk about Virgo and Cancer? Virgo and Cancer. So we have the Hermit, the King of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the 6 of Swords. So someone is feeling like they want to how do I describe this? They need, again, and when I say they, it could be you, it could be the other person you're involved with. I don't know which is which. You decide. So they feel like they need a mental and emotional ease. They want to feel at ease and safe with whoever they are interacting with, in a situation with, dating, partner, or whatever. They want to feel like they can reach out and talk, but truly talk in a very sincere, truthful way. Like, they're scared of being emotionally manipulated. I'm picking up on a very sensitive soul, on a very sensitive person that picks up on subtleties, whether what it is the other person says, or what it is the other person feels, or does, or their like what makes them tick, right? And they really just want to see beyond it, beyond the facade, beyond the show. Like, what do you really feel? What do you really think? Like, you just want to have that very clean interaction. They want to feel like they are spending time with their best friend, like they can trust what you say, or you can trust what they say. So if you're a cross watcher for a Virgo, or you're wondering what's on your person's mind, then they just want to feel like they're able to talk to you without wondering, are you being sincere? Are you lying? Are you just saying that to sound a certain way? You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Any Virgos in the house that can confirm? You're a Virgo rising and a Virgo moon? I know someone like that who's a double Virgo rising and moon. I'm a Virgo rising. Okay. And someone might just be going away for a little bit, maybe for a few days, for a weekend, 6 days top, which is basically the week, to clear their mind, to understand what they feel, to understand what they think, to kind of listen to themselves. So maybe traveling or going off somewhere with the intent of having fun or clearing the mind, and then it ends up being a very spiritual, introspective type of journey or travel. Okay. There's also a very supportive father figure coming up. I don't know if it says or means anything to any of you. Okay. Libra. Libra. Messages for Libra, please. Let's move on to my Libra seekers, please. Message for this coming week for Libra. Two of Swords. This is Moon in Libra, by the way, this card. Two more cards. King of Pentacles. One more card for Libra. The Six of Cups in the reverse. There is... Our childhood affects our love life. It's just what it is. There is a need. Someone triggers you, Libra, this coming week to something that has happened to you in the past, in your childhood, that you have not dealt with. Something that you suppressed and held in for a long time that has really affected, obviously, your manifestation, because we manifest from our subconscious. If you haven't seen my True Secrets of Manifestation, 13th Element, watch it. It's on my 13th Element playlist. It's one of the first 13th Element episodes I've ever done. I think like 2 years ago, possibly. True Secrets of Manifestation, super important. It might really help you out at this time. Something from your past is being triggered by someone's either behavior, doing, saying, whatever. Do not let it slide. Don't suppress it. Don't hold it back. Thank them, even if they're doing something hurtful. I don't mean allowing anyone to hurt you or say anything that can be abrasive. There's a controlling figure here, possibly from your past, that didn't allow you to express yourself, Virgo. And something about it is coming up very strongly this week. I don't know if it's someone completely different from your present that triggers it, that does something similar, and that reminds you of it. It kind of clicks, and you're like, oh, like the memory comes up into the surface. Don't suppress it back. Go home, cry it out to the pillow, meditate on it, feel it, process it. It's an opportunity to heal it and get rid of it because it's been sitting really, really deep. These are very psychological cards. This is a person that had a strong effect on that. Any Libras here that can relate to this? We're doing Libra now. If you have children, there's a father figure that is dealing with things they're not listening to how their kid or kids are feeling. And they're just trying to kind of impose what's right in their view. Of course, they're doing what they feel is best. King of Pentacles does what he thinks is best for the family, for the nest. He's the provider, he brings in the finance, he brings in the bread, right? But the kids, their emotions, something about their emotion or what the kid is going through might be really ignored, or like they might be going through something or just had gone through something, and something about helping them deal with things emotionally and process it out and heal from it is not being done properly. It's almost like a tough guy that says, oh, you need to tough it up. Boys don't cry kind of thing. Or it could be a mother, a super feminist shadow side, poison aspect of feminism. Watch my 13th Element. I'm not a feminist, I'm a goddess. To understand what true feminism is and not the toxic feminism. It could be also a very like independent, strong mother, as strong in the feminism aspect. Let's say she has a daughter and she cries or she feels or she's more girly or something, and she's like, oh, you need to be tougher, you need to be stronger, you can't be a girly like that, you can't be weak like that, you can't be a princess like that. Women aren't princesses, women are warriors. The kid wants to be a princess. The whole point of feminism is to give the woman the freedom, not to give, to allow the woman her inherent freedom of being who she wants to be, being the type of woman she wants to be, that she is. So a lot of mothers who mean well from a place of feminism are actually really suppressive of their daughters. So it doesn't, this could be a mother. It could be either a controlling father that, boys don't cry and toughen it up, and the boy just really suppresses their emotion. They grow up to be a toxic masculine that doesn't know how to listen to his woman or to feel her, you know. Or it could be a mother that suppresses her kid as well. Message for love. And you know, you're like, what does that have to do with love? It has everything to do with love, because our parents' voices become our alleged inner self voice when we grow up, but it's not. It's just our mother and our father saying what they said. We think it's our voice, but it's just the wheels ticking our brain. Okay, okay, all right. Oh, not too early. Scorpio. Message for Scorpio, please. Sip of coffee. Love messages. Quickie love messages. Or I keep cracking myself up when I say it. It's such a mom joke. It's like, it's not even funny. And I keep laughing from it. Anyway. Messages for love for Scorpio for this coming week. What do my Scorpio seekers need to know? What do my Scorpio seekers need to know, please? I also want to acknowledge for a second my silent seekers that are watching right now but aren't chatty in the chat for whatever reason. All good. I'm happy that you're here and I know you're out there, and thank you for being around. That's all. But you know, you can still anonymously press the like button. I'm not going to get a notification of who did it. Just saying. Thank you. I know it touched at least one person out there. I know. Intuitively, I'm picking up on it. I don't know who it is. Don't be like, she's in my brain. I'm not in your brain. I'm picking up on that energy. Okay? Those are funny. Okay. So, you can anonymously like the video. I won't know that you like me. I'm saying it with love. I'm not saying it with judgment. I get it. I get it. I understand. It's okay. I'm so accepting like that. Love messages for my Scorpios, please. Messages for Scorpio for this coming week. Love message for Scorpio for this coming week. What do my Scorpio seekers need to know? Nine of Cups. Sorry, I went all giddy. Okay, cool. Love messages for Scorpio for this coming week. Queen of Wands. Scorpio, you're going to have some fun. One more. Okay, two more. It's like Scorpio and Gemini are the most savage, and I'm not saying it with negativity. Quite the opposite. Like look what came out: Five of Cups, Five of Swords. You just had the Nine of Cups, and Queen of Wands, and then Five of Swords, Five of Cups. Are you on an emotional roller coaster? Are you? No, love. We're not on Libra. We're on Scorpio. We're in Scorpio right now. Male Libra, you describe the ex-mother of kids, emotional messes. I have to clean, be the sensitive one. She's a bully feminist. And if you're out there thinking that if I confirm to the existence of bully feminists, that means I'm not a feminist, then you don't know what feminism is. Feminism isn't women are weak, so I should behave like a man. That's actually chauvinism. That's saying femininity and women are weak by essence, so I have to be like a man to be strong. No, your uterus, your ability to create life, just that. You didn't do anything, you didn't say anything, you didn't behave. Just that makes you a powerful goddess mofo. Like just by essence, just by being, you stepped out into the world a woman, you have a vagina. Power, no explanation is needed, no action is needed. That's like your starting point. Above that, you can do whatever you want as long as it's sincere with who you are and what you want to be in the world. You want to be masculine? Be masculine. You want to be feminine? Be feminine. Point is, you are who you want to be without the need to control someone else's essence and telling them what they need to be like in order to allegedly explain strong femininity. That's toxic. That's weak. You don't get to bully people and then call it feminism. Boom. If I want a man to pay for me for my first date, for our first date, because it's symbolic, not because I'm broke, not because I can't pay for myself, not because of anything, because to me it's romantic and symbolic and I enjoy it. That's my right. That's my feminism. Okay? And if you don't want to, that's your right and that's your feminism. Boom. There is no guidebook. It's freedom. If I'm scared of a feminist for being who I am and what I am the way I am, then you're not a feminist, you're a bully. Pow. I do karate, I do martial arts. Seriously, I've had several people try to assault me and attack me. I've always won. I got hurt and got injured, but I always won. And they ended up regretting coming at me. I'm a badass motherfucker. I look small and cute, but I'm ferocious and vicious when you attack me. And that's just the truth. And it actually doesn't even have to do with me being a martial artist. It's my essence. I will be the last person standing. But I'm also super sensitive, and every small thing that you say to me can get me crying, and you won't know because I hide it. Okay? Complexity. And yeah, and I can pick up something myself. I can pick up this table and I can build tables. But if I feel like resting and drinking hot chocolate coconut milk while you build the table, that's my power. It's not because I can't build a table. It's because, sure, you want to. Cool. And maybe the next day I will want to build the shelves. Your feminism, I'm sorry, is having the freedom to change and to be both and to not be defined, but what a woman should be like. Anyone defining what a woman should be like is a chauvinist. And I don't care if you're a woman, a man, a dog, a cloud. If you tell a woman how she should be a woman, you can go F yourself. And the a-hole. You can enjoy it or not enjoy it. I don't care. I don't tell people what to do. That went south, literally. Shit, sorry. Anyway, Scorpio. So we were saying 9 of Cups, Queen of Wands, 5 of Swords, 5 of Cups. Are you going through the emotional roller coaster? One second you're like, I want to have fun. I want to express myself. I want to fulfill my wishes. I want to be with someone who makes me feel great about myself. And then the next, you find yourself with someone who makes you feel like shit about yourself. Guess what? This is your conscious that is very aware and optimistic and positive and strong. But this is your inner wounded child that has experienced maybe a narcissistic parent that kept messing up, but blaming you for messing up. And that's your inner voice. So your conscious and your subconscious are constantly battling with who you truly are. Thus, your manifestation is really complex. You will manifest people who seemingly on the surface really accept you and appreciate you, but subtly, when you really get to know each other, they're very suppressive and gaslighting and judgmental. I'm picking up on. Scorpio, go in. You have so many deep layers. You're like, it's endless. The bottom of the ocean for the Scorpio spirit is like, there is no bottom. There's always another layer to find. So make that, the cool journey of being you. And just go there. Okay? Because you accept yourself, judge yourself, accept yourself, judge yourself. So your outer experience, your outer reflection of the people you become involved with, or the person you're involved with right now, gives you just that. Like 1 second they uplift you to feeling like you're the best human being on earth, and the next they bring you down to feeling like you're worthless. And they probably suffer from the same thing, and I wouldn't be surprised if you do the same thing. Sorry. Another aspect to this is there might be someone you're really into and you're really interested in, but you seem like it's just not possible, or they're your wish, but it can't happen. This is for this week, okay? So don't worry about it. Okay. Sagittarius. This reading is getting long. I don't care. Whatever. Hold on. Okay, Saggy. Love messages for Saggy for this coming week, please. What do my Saggy secret need to know? Love message for Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter. Queen of Cups again. Who had it? Our collective. Of course, Sagittarius resonate with the collective. Sagittarius is the collective. Queen of Cups and one more card. Two more actually. Eight of Cups in the reverse, Queen of Wands in the reverse. Look at it for a second before I dive in. Okay. I'm not going to go philosophical on this one because this is too 3D in your face, clear type of message. Two women, now possibly two men if you're a woman. Okay, either way, being between two people, one is in the upright, but this person is moving, wait, no, it was like this, sorry. So the Queen of Cups is in the upright, but this energy here is moving away towards Queen of Wands in the reverse. So if there is someone that is in between two women, or someone in between two people, let's just say to that, they are, this week anyway, or your experience is that they are walking away from their natural upright cups possibility or option. I hate to refer to people as options, but you know what I mean, and are going towards this, the other option, the other person that is not the wrong person. And I'm saying it not because I have anything against the Queen of Wands or pro Queen of Cups. This one is in the upright, this one is in the reverse. It's just clear and just the way it's all coming up. Okay, so at least for this week, someone is feeling more drawn to move towards someone that is either karmic for them or is wrong for them, or that has a really great, are perceived as the upright Queen of Wands, like someone super fun and energetic and accepting, and yes this and yes that, and very flirty and wackadoodle kind of fun, sexy time kind of thing. But it's actually all a facade because she's in the reverse. We don't have her really positive truth aspects of her that is very creative and artistic and fun and outgoing and charismatic and like the life of the party, right? But she's in the reverse. It's all a show. And the Queen of Wands in the reverse can be a very jealous, spiteful, selfish energy when you get to know her. So I don't know if this someone has the need of feeling humiliated, a subtle underlying need to. Wayne, thank you so much for the $2. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Wayne Peak. You're most welcome. Now, this Queen of Cups here in the upright, I'm not talking about her in the reverse. I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt because she's in the upright. It's a very, she's the master of emotions. She's really, really empathic in a true way. She's very giving, very intuitive, very sensual, very feeling, very, it's very in tune, right? And, you know, she feels a lot, but she has the ability to harness those emotions in a beneficial, healing way, both for herself and her environment. And this Queen of Wands in the reverse is a drama queen. Okay, I'll just give it the tagline, a drama queen. So again, it could be two masculines and a feminine, but this person, this week anyway, is going towards this. So if this is you, and you feel like you have two options, be super cognizant of why you're making this seeming choice this week, what draws you there, and if you feel if it comes from a healthy, aware place or from something else. All right. Okay. I just picked up because I naturally placed them opposite each other now, right? It was like this. And I placed them on the table naturally like this when I brought them back to the table. And I have here the waning moon. So I feel like now that we have the waxing moon, the new moon in Gemini, which is like for the next week or two, the next couple of weeks, or at least 8 days, it seems like this person is going towards that. But then as the moon changes, interesting, they seem to reverse. As the moon is waning, after the full moon in Sagittarius and starting to wane, which is 2 weeks from now, they might do a reverse. So if you feel like someone is leaving you for someone else and you're like, really? They might come back or something like that. These type of readings, they can manifest in so many ways. So you copy paste it to your narrative if it speaks to you. Any Saggies there that can tell me that this makes sense to them? Okay. Whatever. So, Saggy drama. Saggy drama. I'm so allergic to things like that. Like, I can't deal with it. I don't compete with women. I'm a Saggy drama. I'm so allergic to things like that. Like, I can't deal with it. I don't compete with women. I'm a fan of women. Like, if I sense like there's other people involved or anything like that, I just completely take myself out of the equation. I believe love should be real and pure and clean and not be muttered or not doing any of the cat fight. Namaste. Don't you put me in a cat fight. I'll be like, you want to go have manicure together and we'll gossip about you. That's what I would do. No cat fight for this one. Okay. Oh my God. The same amount of likes is the same as the amount of people in the chat. Guys. Aw. Thank you. Aw. This really warms my heart. I really appreciate it. Wise men say only fools fall in love. Cowardly men say only fools fall in love. I know that's the song, but I don't think they're wise for saying that. You can fall in love and know how you feel and care about someone and still make the strong decision that is the best for you and for everyone involved. You don't have to lie to yourself that you don't care. You can be like, I care, this sucks, but still this is what I have to do. Okay? That's wisdom. Not like, whatever. Okay, where were we? We did Sag, Capricorn. Capricorn, messages for my beautiful Capricorn seekers for this coming week. Okay. Love messages for Capricorn for this week. What do my Cappy seekers need to know? So yeah, only fools rush in. I think it's another line in the song. You're right. It might just be another line in the song. Yeah, only fools rush in. Oh, Trista, you're a Cap rising? Cool. So, messages for Capricorn for this coming week. Messages for love for Capricorn. Eight of Swords, Ace of Cups, which is exactly what I just described. It's exactly what I just described. All right. Sorry. I look like a 5-year-old with this. I feel like a kid like that. All right, one more card for Capricorns. We have Ace of Cups, Eight of Swords, message for love for Capricorn for this coming week. The Emperor. Ace of Cups, Eight of Swords, the Emperor. Okay, Capricorn. I'm gonna say it. You might be the Emperor in the story. You might be the Ace of Swords here in the story, but there is a masculine. Oh God, I hate this. I don't want to say it, but in case it will help someone release themselves from it. There's a masculine that knows that there's a feminine that has feelings for them, and they are like, they're turning their back to her, right? They're not acknowledging it or looking at it, but they are keeping it around, right? And I'm saying because of the element of the Eight of Swords, that's being like in it, right? Like caught up in it. So if you're a feminine and there's someone in your life who knows you have feelings for them, but they're just keeping you around and like semi-cooperating, semi-not cooperating, kind of hot and cold or something like that, or making you feel like sometimes it's mutual, but then not. They're conscious of what they're doing. Emperor always knows what he's doing. He's a planner. Sometimes it's amazing and beautiful. It all depends on what he chooses to do with that ability, right? So if you're taking advantage of someone's feelings and you're kind of keeping them around, bad mojo, bad karma. If you feel like someone might be doing that to you, then your heart is really in the right place. You're a very sincere person with your emotions, but it's not putting you in a good place for you. It's not reciprocated. Does it look like she's having fun? So yeah, I would recommend to cut away from that. But you know what? Let's go another card. Let's see where this Emperor is looking towards. Yeah. See, he's looking, it's like he's not sure. Okay, this Emperor is not sure about how he feels for this Eight of Swords. And so as long as they're debating or considering if they're interested or not, if they want to or not, they're just keeping the other person around. And they really know how to do that. And they're pretty sure that this person will stay there for when they'll decide that they want to, if they decide they want to. This could have been an ongoing thing of either 2 months or 2 years, you know, something with two. Could be 2 months because we have possibly 8 weeks with 2 months. But don't get stuck on the time frame, okay? Look, will this Eight of Swords stick around? This is just for this week. This reading is just really interesting, soap opera-wise, so I'm curious to see. So, will this Eight of Swords, Ace of Cups, probably feminine, but it could be reversed with a gender, stick around for the Emperor to make up his mind? Judgment. No, this character is going to have major realization. There's no going back after Judgment. There's like a massive awakening, awareness, a knowing. It's like an eureka moment. Like Once this Eight of Swords person realizes what is happening, they'll be so fast out the door, and then this person will stay with their Two of Pentacles juggling, not knowing that there's no one behind them waiting for them anymore. And then once they turn around, hey, where are you? They're like, this person's like out. So this is the recommendation for this Eight of Swords energy. If this is you dealing with this type of Emperor, wake up, girl. Or boy. Or boy. There's a theme of like, there's a theme happening in the readings, if you're noticing it. Are you guys resonating? Does that make sense for you guys? Helen, I deal with a Capri doing that to me. You know, I'm not surprised. The shadow side of Capricorn, they really know how to work a room, okay? I'm not saying it as a shadow part. I'm saying Capricorns really know how to work in a room. They really know how to place the pieces of the puzzle, aka people, what to say to this person, what to do here. They really know how to work a room. And they really know how to work a crowd. And they really know how to work people. So it might make them really great politicians. The only question is, what do they use this ability for, right? And shadow side, they can be manipulative and controlling and just keeping people around, playing them, juggling them, and then being like, what? What? No, I didn't do anything. It's her. She was. No, Cappy. No, stop. Stop. People today, this is what I love about these times, even though they're so complex. People are so much more aware of their subconscious and thus aware of how they are potentially being manipulated. It's not as easy as it was. So whereas this type of energy would have gotten away for I don't know how long we're doing things like that, now it's like no longer. I hesitated for a while to stop it for good. Don't hesitate. What is love? Is love a checklist of which person can benefit me more, and I'll keep them around to find out what I can get from each of them and then make my choice? Is that love? No, that makes you an object. It makes you an object, right? Or is love a pure channel between two people's hearts that is just inevitable? It just draws them together and there is no question. If you, let's say you are debating between more than one person, right? Say you're debating between two people or three people, I don't know. Think, what is the most extreme thing you ought to do in order to be with that person? And are you willing to do that? Are you willing to actually do that? If the answer is no, then you might want to consider asking yourself if you truly love them. Maybe you're just in love with the image of them or with the idea of them. But sit for a second and actually feel the energy of that person. What are you willing, how many miles are you willing to go to be with them? And are they the only person occupying your mind? Because that love, it's just, you lose your mind. I'm not saying like in a bad way of losing yourself and the unhealthy aspect of it, not the like victim aspect of it, but it's being engulfed, you know? So whichever side you're on, if someone is doing that to you, that might raise the question, do they actually love you? And if you think to yourself, they probably don't. They're probably not in love with you. Because when someone is in love, they know they want to be with that person, okay? So he lives 6,000 miles away. Look, it's one thing if you live really far away from each other, but are madly in love with each other, and you know you're the one for each other, and you're willing to go there, and he's willing to go there, then I'm the last person to judge. It's up to you if you're okay with that or not. But if You're not sure about how he feels for you, if he's juggling other things and lives so far away. That feels to me, and again, I'm not telling you what to do, and I'm not telling you know about your life more than I do, always. But it feels to me like this. I hope this helped. Who did we do? Cappy. Now Aquarius. Ready for Aquarius, guys? Ooh. Sorry, I feel like I've given some difficult messages for some of you. Sally. Aquarius. Love messages for Aqua for this coming week. It's supposed to be quickie, and I give like such long rants for everyone. Message for Aqua. Love messages for Aquarius for this coming week, please. Four of Cups. Two more cards. Four of Cups and Six of Pentacles. One more. Love messages for Aquarius for this coming week. Sorry. Not personal for you all, but just this energy. Four of Cups, Six of Pentacles, Five of Swords. It's like, ew. It's like counting. Someone is calculating how much they ought to give someone based off what they do or what they say, and if they're worthy. It's very, it's a very vain energy that is based on real insecurities. They're an insecure child inside, and when they breadcrumb someone, when they give them just breadcrumbs and just enough to keep them around or to feel like they did something, it makes it, they get off on it. I'm sorry. It gives them a sense of importance or validation, feeling like they have power over someone. When someone begs for them for attention or begs for them for this or from that, it's like, I don't like this energy. If you're feeling like you're dealing with someone like that, or if you're like that, it doesn't feel good. Don't do that, and don't be a subject to that. Okay, Aquas? Shortening your face. Sorry. Okay. Pisces. Any Aquas in that? Oh. Can anyone tell me if this makes sense to them? It doesn't have to resonate with you, by the way. These are general readings. Listen to your other placements. I feel like I'm not sitting back straight. Oh, you're feeling it, Wayne? Okay. All right. Well, why do you let it? Can we just step into our glory? Like, can we just freaking step into our glory? Give fully and receive fully. And if you're not in a place where you feel like you can give fully, don't be there just to satisfy your ego. And if you're not in a place that you feel like you're receiving fully, don't be there in the hopes I will someday change. Just be. Why someday? Why not now? Be in your glory now. Message for Pisces. Love messages for Pisces for this coming week. Message for Pisces for this coming week, please. Started with Gemini, got it. 10 of Swords. Pisces for this coming week. Love messages. 6 of Swords. And 3 of Wands. Okay. So Pisces, you are done and ready for your new start and your new journey. You are over feeling like this, constantly hurt, constantly like in a cycle, a loop that never changes. And you want to break out of it and have some fresh air and feel new things and meet new people or have a new experience with someone else. And this week you're really just sailing away from something very, very painful that happened, maybe a painful ending, a painful resolution, a painful realization. And you're like, okay, this is literally what I just said. I want to be in my glory. Pisces just want to be in their glory. They want to be where they feel belong. They want to be where they feel passionate and where they're feeling someone's passionate about them. And you're just ready for either meeting someone new or meeting someone new within yourself. And that attitude will bring that forth. Okay? I feel like this week is going to be about this. And you might feel this energy way stronger more towards the full moon in Sagittarius or towards the new moon in Cancer or sometime in between. Okay, but this week is probably about this, sailing towards this. Okay, which is actually good. Pisces, it means that you're done with the loop. And you guys can get in a loop. Mind you. Thank you, Maud. Okay. So that was Pisces. Aries, we have Aries, Taurus, and Ophiuchus because we started with Gemini, right? Love messages for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter. Quickie love messages for this coming week. What do my Aries need to know? Four of Pentacles and the Hermit. Okay, one more. One more for Aries. Six of Swords again. Come on. Everybody's like, you're feeling like you've been stuck on something, an attitude or a situation for way too long, and it's been heavy and burdening and fear-based, and you just want to take the mental break. Everyone is doing the mental break thing. Mental breakdown. Sorry, some of you. The mental break and just spending some time with yourself, really being honest with yourself, figuring out what it is that you want, what it is that you're feeling. It's probably with someone you're feeling safe with, so it doesn't have to be romantic. It could be like a friend or just with yourself. Where there's a lot of introspection. Like, I feel like this connects to the Leo messages where someone was being really stubborn, and I advise to be sincere with themselves as to why they're doing what they're doing, what makes them do the thing where they are stubborn and choose solitude. Do you tend to be stubborn and choose solitude instead of opening up and telling your person how you feel? It's like, it's an energy that is like, oh, you don't understand me, no one can understand me, goes within, and then obviously the other person doesn't understand you because you won't explain. You won't explain yourself. You won't say how you're feeling. How can you expect someone to understand how you're feeling if you're not showing, not saying, not expressing, and just in your cocoon? And there's this tendency to constantly just move away and take yourself out of the situation. But whereas I would recommend that to a lot of people who don't tend to do that, to you, I would actually say snap out of it. And instead of going to that place of where you run away to, connect and express and open up. So this is the message for this week for Aries. So if you're feeling a certain way, talk. Explain why. Don't just assume the other person knows exactly what you think, because maybe they don't. All right, Aries? Okay. Taurus. Taurus. Message for my beautiful Taurus. for this coming week. What does Taurus need to know for their love life? Message for Taurus for love for this coming week, please. Message for Taurus. Love message for Taurus. If someone can afterwards maybe timestamp this, that would be awesome. I still don't know if I'm going to keep this this live stream up or not. I'm not sure. But if you can timestamp this. Taurus, message for Taurus. Love messages for Taurus for this coming week. What do my Taurus seeker need to know? Oh, Taurus, Two of Cups. That's like the ultimate love connection, yummy, gooey card. I spoke to Three of Swords. Okay. I need one more. This is confusing. One more card for Taurus for this coming week. For their love life. Message for love for Taurus for this coming week. Two of Cups, Three of Swords. Oh, 2 cards. Okay. Knight of Wands and 4 of Wands. What the hell? So, don't you just love it? Look. 2, 3, 4. And this Knight of Wands kind of bringing it into the 4. So, there may have been or is currently like an emotional distraught when it comes to someone you care about, your special person. Yummy, yeah, your special yummy. So you're yummy of interest. There might be something going down of a certain heartache or disappointment or feeling at odds with one another. But the foundation of it is 2 of Cups. So it means that your connection is actually strong and positive. So this might be something temporary that is coming up. And the good news is that this Knight of Wands is kind of taking initiative that is very like self-assertive and knows what they want, and to taking it to a 4 of Wands, meaning to taking it to a place of either connection or stabilizing it. This could be making up, you know, this could be certain disappointment or a fight or a sense of failing of some sort, being at odds with one another, and one of you is taking the initiative into like resolution, right? Into harmony. So this is actually really, really good. And it's really interesting because it's happening very fast, right? Like this message is for this coming week. And we go from 2 of Cups to 3 of Swords to 4 of Wands. So things might just kind of... So either this 2 of Cups, 3 of Swords has already happened, and this coming week is about the Knight of Wands taking it into the 4 of Wands energy, right? Or it's going to happen really condensed and really fast within this coming week. It's actually a really positive reading. I was a little bit worried there with the 3 of Swords. I feel like a certain heartache or a certain issue that will come up is the thing that will generate resolution, will bring up to the surface a certain truth or disappointment, and thus allowing it to be fixed between the two of you. So it's like a blessing in disguise, right? So good vibe for Taurus. Okay, last but not least, the 13th, Ophiuchus. Okay. So we had 14 readings, right? I did the 12 standard signs. Now I'm doing Ophiuchus, the 13th, but before that we did collective, and we're already an hour and 40 minutes in. I was like, it's just going to be half an hour. I talk a lot. 4 of Swords came out in my head. Ophiuchus, 3 of Wands. Messages for love for Ophiuchus for this coming week, please. In case you're wondering, technically Ophiuchus is November 28th or 29th or 30th. I might be confused on exactly which of the days. All the way through December 17th. Some say December 18th. Okay. And yeah, it kind of reduces the time for Scorpio. Scorpio and Sidereal is way shorter, like way shorter time frame. And also Sagittarius. And Pisces is like huge. It's like there are way more Aquarius and Aries out there that are actually Pisces in that. It's interesting. Sorry, Ophiuchus. Love message for Ophiuchus for this coming week. Message for Ophiuchus for this coming week. Three of Wands. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. Three of Wands in the upright. Two of Cups in the upright. Two of Wands in the reverse. So wonderful. So there's a little bit of, I'm going to take it as a very positive message with the Two of Wands in the reverse in this case, because of the duality. Two and Three of Wands is like, so if there was a little bit of a crossroad where someone took a wrong turn, they're very quickly redirecting themselves to love and to like, okay, this is the direction that I want to put my emphasis on and the direction towards, and this is what I want to try and do. And it's like, there's a really, really, really great, positive, open-hearted communication for Ophiuchus for this coming week. Very eye to eye, very like, okay, if someone was being like, okay, what's my direction? What do I want to do? Where do I want to go? They are now retracting and taking it to, okay, what do we want to do? Where do we want to go? They're like thinking, instead of as with an I, they think with a we. Yes, I am a Libra moon. How'd you know? Did I say it sometime? In tropic astrology, I'm a Libra moon. In Vedic, I'm a Virgo moon and Leo rising instead of Virgo rising. In Vedic, I'm actually an Aries and not a Taurus. In tropic, I'm a Taurus and Vedic, I'm an Aries. Some will say it's confusing. I just look at it like, I don't ever think every person is just one sign. I think we're all just a mush of all of it, and it changes, the dynamic changes, the outcome changes in different times and places of our lives, and that's how it should be. The only constant is change, and the different zodiac signs just kind of guide us through it whenever we need them to. Anyway, good week for Ophiuchus. I'm really happy that we ended on this note. Guys, I hope this was helpful. Thank you once again for your support and for your super chats and for just literally joining. That's awesome. If you want an in-depth look into you and your person of interest, the extended for May that are all double pentagrams look into you and your person of interest are on Vimeo for separate purchase, or on Patreon to stream all of them, not just for this month, but for past months. So for a monthly membership that is super fair, like beyond fair. Like, I feel like I started with too low prices, but that's what I started with. That's what I'm staying with. So it's like very worth the investment, because you get all 13 extendeds plus a lot of other VIP content like daily rune messages. Speaking of my patrons, I'm going to do the weekly, daily messages for this coming week, either today or tomorrow. They'll be up. This week was a little bit challenging. The messages the runes brought. I hope it was wrong. Basically, I hope they were wrong. They're never wrong, but I hope they were wrong. And also there's lunar love readings. I already posted the moon and Gemini love reading over there on my tier number 3. Most importantly, karmic shift and liberation, which is very helpful for this time that we're undergoing right now, for these very big dramatic shift in energies where we are asked and required and guided to resolve karma and release karma. So that is a special project that I did for this new decade that is meant just for that. So all of them are also up for streaming on Patreon or for separate purchase on Vimeo. By the way, guys, I'll just love for you to join Patreon, because it's my little sub-community that is way more personal, and there's more magic there. There's magic here, but there's more magic there. You're most welcome, Tia. Thanks, Morgane. I'm a happy patron, and I highly recommend it. Aw, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. And oh, this is the last month I'm giving private readings for for the collective. Like, if you go to the existentialshift.as.me, you can book a private reading with me now. But as of June, like this month is the last month, as of June, will either be only available for patrons. Oh my God, Helen, thank you so much for the 5. Is that £5? Am I correct with the sign? Thank you for tonight. Something I needed to hear about Cappy. Oh, I'm so happy that was helpful. I know it was difficult. Sorry, I know the shadow aspect of Capricorn way too well, unfortunately. I'm not projecting, I just learned it the hard way. Yeah. But you assign it to yourself the way it speaks to you, okay? So yeah, if you want to book a reading, now is the opportunity. And what else? What else do I need to tell you guys? Tarot Masterclass, for those of you who want to learn tarot. All the links are below in the description box. Okay, check them out. There's 90 pre-recorded classes that I've created, 1 class for each card. These are not 3 minutes superficial knowledge puke onto you. It's like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour long. Each class that really go deep into each of the cards, and then there's extra classes for interactions and for the occults within it, like the astrology and tarot, numerology and tarot, and the Greek mythology. Most especially, I really focus on those ancient archetypes. Kabbalah is spread out there. So if you want to learn tarot or go through a shamanic mentorship with me, that's the way to go about it. Tarot Masterclass. And I keep having to force myself to say all these things because it's important. I'm on Instagram and Twitter, The Existential Shift. That's it. That's it. I said it all. I love you guys. I love you and thank you. And I'll see you. Maybe tomorrow I'll go live again. I don't know. Bye.